Deft has a secret Samira build he's been abusing in solo queue, while a new on-hit build for Yi is super broken. Welcome back everyone to the 12.5 edition of our OP off-meta champs and builds. Everything we feature in today's video is being heavily slept on right now, so look to take advantage while you can. But before we get into it, be sure to check out SkillCapped if you want to truly get better at League of Legends. We're the only service that offers a money-back guarantee if you don't climb at least 5 divisions while actively using our service. We do this because our service really does work, and if it doesn't work for you, you shouldn't pay. Learn more at the end of this video or click the link in the description below. Not only is Poppy as a champion underrated, but her core build is as well. Instead of rushing Divine Sunderer, swap it out for Hullbreaker and enjoy the freelo. So many players underestimate Poppy's dueling power, and by grabbing an early Hullbreaker, you can punish that very hard. The base stats from Hullbreaker are super gold efficient, and when you factor in the passive resists, it becomes even more insane. Bruiser Poppy is the way to go right now, so you'll transition into a Divine Sunderer second. The recently buffed Death's Dance slots in perfectly as a third purchase. For runes, pick up Grasp with Shield Bash, Bone Plating, and Revitalize. Biscuits and Time Warp Tonic are optimal secondaries. Are you having a difficult time dealing with all the melee Hullbreaker abusers? One of the best answers who hard counters them is Vayne. Flash Ghost Vayne is the perfect pick to shut down the likes of Darius, Garen, Set, Fiora, and Tryndamere. The game plan is quite simple and effective. Look for Silver Bolt procs when the enemy goes in for last hits. Allow the opponent to shove into you if possible. This is very key because the longer the lane you have to work with, the easier it is for you to run the enemy down with Ghost. Once the enemy is chunked and they try to walk up for a last hit, you can punish by popping Ghost, and there's really no way for them to escape. The core build is a Blade of the Ruined King rush into Shield Bow second and Rage Blade third. Run lethal tempo with Triumph, Alacrity, and Cut Down for primary runes. Cut Down is key when playing against a health stacking bruiser. Secondaries include Taste of Blood and Ravenous Hunter. The fact Master Yi Q can now proc on hit effects has seen his win rate absolutely skyrocket in 12.5. The champion is obviously not underrated, but the core build is most definitely. Majority of players are rushing Kraken Slayer, but to really take advantage of this Q buff, a Blade of the Ruined King rush is vital. And for those still building lethality, we would definitely recommend dropping it moving forward. So a Blade rush into Kraken Slayer second is the core you want to be abusing right now. Third item will be a Rage Blade to bolster Q damage even further. For runes, it's back to lethal tempo as it synergizes better than Halo Blades when playing the on-hit build. Full AP Shyvana has been the most consistent build for a long time, but that's no longer the case anymore. Scrap the Nashor's Rush and start building Frostfire into Demonic Embrace. The AP Bruiser setup is proving to be way more effective as it offers a more well-rounded style of play. Full AP Shyvana is very linear in the sense that you're 100% reliant on ultimate and being able to land E. The Bruiser build allows you to be a force at all times, provides way more durability, and the damage is still very respectable. Demonic Embrace converts 2% of your bonus health into ability power, and since Shyvana Ultimate gives you bonus health and Frostfire offers 100 bonus health per legendary, you get extremely good value from building Demonic. Third item really depends on the situation, but Azania's or Cosmic Drive will round out the core build for most games. Runes are also unique with this setup as you're dropping Dark Harvest and opting for Press the Attack. Conditioning is key in secondaries to really come online level 6 onwards. For summoner spells, you should look into running Ignite instead of Flash. With PTA and Ignite, your skirmish, especially level 6 onwards, is pretty ridiculous. Mid lane Karma has slowly started gaining more recognition in recent patches, but continues to fly under the radar. Are you having a difficult time against melee mids like Akali, Zed, Kiana, and Sylas? Karma is an exceptional answer as her consistent poke power and shield does a great job at annihilating them in lane. The 10 most played top laners in solo queue are all fighters, and Karma synergizes super well with them. The fact Master Yi has seen a massive surge in play rate gives even more incentive to pick up Karma more often. The build is all about buffing up your allies, as Moonstone into Chemtech, Putrifier, and Zhonya's works great for the core. Run Summon Airy as the keystone with Mana Flow, Transcendence, and Gathering Storm. Secondaries are Bone Plating and Revitalize. As if Karma Shield wasn't already annoying enough, the Bone Plating makes it impossible for melee champs to go aggressive in lane. Recently buffed in 12.5, Kennen mid lane is another great option to hard counter the meta. Melee matchups are an absolute breeze for Kennen as his E provides amazing safety. The extra damage from W buff offers even more bully power moving forward. Mid lane is much shorter than top lane, so it's way more difficult for melee champs to punish Kennen as they have less real estate to work with. As long as you play off E cooldown, it's impossible for melee mids to ever win out on a trade. A Rocket Belt Rush into Zhonya's second and Shadow Flame third is the core build for most games. Run Electrocute as the keystone with Taste of Blood, Eyeball Collector, and Ultimate Hunter. Nimbus Cloak and Gathering Storm work great for secondaries. We've seen Gale Force into Bloodthirster become meta on Aphelios, so Deft has been experimenting with it on Samira. The enticing aspect of the setup is that it provides you with both mobility and sustain. If you're building Shield Bow into the Collector, you've got durability but lack mobility. Rushing Gale Force also allows for more early aggression, so in games where you're snowballing, it's a great pickup. By the time mid-game rolls around and you need that sustain for jumping into teamfights, you've got Bloodthirster completed. Infinity Edge or Lord Dominix will slot in third to round off the core. Runes are Conqueror with Triumph, Bloodline, and Last Stand. Conditioning and Revitalize work best for secondaries. Crown of the Shattered Queen has been the staple third item on Ezreal for most of Season 12, but Prowler's Claw is a great alternative. Veigar V2 is a big advocate of this setup, and it should be running games where the enemy comp lacks armor. Prowler's Mythic passive provides 5 lethality for every legendary item, which means if you grab Prowler's third, you'll have 10 extra lethality. Into squishy compositions, Prowler's is amazing value as a third pickup. Of course, lethality is much less efficient into tanks, so in that case, sticking with the percent pen from Cyrilda's will be better. The core build looks like an Essence Reaver into Manamune second and Prowler's Claw third. Grab First Strike as the keystone with Free Boots, Biscuits, and Cosmic Insight. Presence of Mind and Bloodline work best for secondaries. Although Airy and Glacial have become most popular on Renata Glask, Guardian outperforms both and is being heavily slept on. Only about 10% of solo queue Renata players run Guardian, while pros like Hylissang and Kaiser have been spamming it in high elo. It's not just Guardian though, as you're going to rush a Locket and opt for a more protect the carry-like setup. Shield from both Guardian and Locket provide allies with more durability and also allow Renata to be more aggressive, looking for Q and ult picks. Redemption's second item ties into the theme of the setup very well, and Wardstone is never a bad third option. Complete Rune Page is Guardian with Font of Life, Bone Plating, and Revitalize. Biscuits and Cosmic Insight are optimal secondaries. The most underrated support who synergizes so well with the current bot lane meta is Taliyah. If you want some free wins right now, picking Taliyah support when your ADC locks Jhin or Jinx will get you just that. Landing your W into E combo is a one trade if not a kill every single time. Jhin gets to follow up with his root from W, while Jinx can throw down chompers for a great chain CC. Taliyah full combo alone can chunk enemy squishies to below half health, so as long as your ADC isn't a complete ape, you can set them up for easy kills. Once you've snowballed bot lane, roam power with passive and ultimate are great, so you can impact the game in many different ways. Rylai's and Everfrost are the two core items on Taliyah, as the slow effects help land W more consistently. Dark Harvest is the best keystone with Cheap Shot, Eyeball Collector, and Relentless Hunter. Presence of Mind and Coup de Grace are the optimal secondaries. Alright guys, before we wrap this up, let's tell you a little more about SkillCapped. So, we offer a 5-division rank up guarantee, and think that's a pretty crazy thing to offer. It's like a gym membership guaranteeing you'll get ripped. Your local gym would go bust if they offered that, right? Not us. We've offered this for years because our service really does work. It works so well, in fact, that we're able to produce by far the largest catalog of premium league guides on the internet. We add over 20 videos a week, with over 1,600 guides curated into over 100 courses no one can compare. We've also sent Challenger players into ELO Hell 714 times and counting, where they commentate how to carry live. They also respond to all questions asked. Sign up today for as little as $6.99 a month if you are serious about improving. And with all that being said, good luck out there in 12.5, and we will catch you in the next one.